These teams were begotten by other teams, but proved they could stand on their own merits. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 spin-off superhero teams.
It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at awesome superhero teams that spun off from another superhero team and earned their own identity.
We did good work here tonight. The work you trained us to do. Together, on our own, we forged something powerful. Important.
Number 10, Excalibur, spin-off of the X-Men. The X-Men's Shadowcat, Nightcrawler, and Rachel Summers were in the United Kingdom when they heard that their teammates had been killed in a mutant massacre. That didn't turn out to be exactly true, but the world didn't know that yet. The trio worked off some of their grief by teaming up with the British superheroes Captain Britain and the shape-shifting Megan to defeat some nasty villains. Thus was born Excalibur, essentially the UK's answer to the X-Men. With writers Chris Claremont and Alan Davis as the guiding force, Excalibur established itself as a team with a penchant for interdimensional adventures. Though the team had plenty of dark moments, at its best, it displayed a lightness of tone that gave it a flavor all of its own. Number 9, West Coast Avengers, spin-off of the Avengers.
Let's shut it down. Avengers, on my command. Fire!
This offshoot came about when Vision, who was leading the Avengers at the time, felt that a second team was needed to battle the dire wraiths. The Bowman Hawkeye quickly assumed the mantle of team leader and put together an outfit that included Iron Man, Tigra, Mockingbird, and Wonder Man. Hank Pym was also around, acting as the team's scientific wizard. While the lineup eventually expanded to include a large number of heroes, the team worked best when it focused on characters like Hawkeye or Pym, the stalwarts that still weren't quite the A level of Marveldom. Giving so-called lesser characters a chance to shine gave fans a reason to drop in every month.
We might never have survived this if it wasn't for you, old friend.
Just doing my job, Cap.
Number 8, X-Statix, spin-off of the X-Men and X-Force. After more than 100 issues, X-Force had begun to get a little stale. Writers Peter Milligan and Mike Allred came in to pump some new life into it, and mission accomplished. They dispensed with all the members of X-Force, brought in new ones, and then killed most of the new ones. And that was basically all in the first issue. The new team eventually became known as X-Statix, and they were conceived as a comment on how superheroes can be affected by their celebrity status. The characters tended to be youthful and ambitious, and stardom was a goal of many in the group. Although some readers complained about the satirical, wacky tone, those who hooked into it were passionate about it. Number 7, X-Factor, spin-off of the X-Men. The X-Men inspired a number of teams, but X-Factor was unique when it started. Its roster was simply the 5 original X-Men. Because Magneto, who had long been an evil mutant, had become the leader of the official X-Men, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, and Angel broke off on their own. What was even cooler though was the original X-Factor was a team of mutant hunters. Kind of.
Great. Now they're hiring mutants to wipe out other mutants.
Not so. We want to make the world safe for all mutants, yourselves included.
This cover allowed them to track down new mutants and help them to learn to master their abilities and to disguise themselves from mutant haters. The team evolved throughout the years, at one point becoming a detective agency that was distinctly noirish in its tone. Number 6, Justice League Dark, spin-off of Justice League. DC's New 52 reboot gave creators the chance to try something new, so why not a Justice League made up solely of the more mystical characters in the lineup? The magic-based storylines would be a change of pace, and characters like John Constantine, Madame Xanadu, Deadman, and the vampire Andrew Bennett promised plenty of internal conflicts. The team bickered plenty, as many of the members had plenty of ego and plenty of reason to distrust each other. Constantine, we're looking at you, buddy.
I think we should do what she says.
All right, but we don't have to just jump when she says it. Okay, that's long enough. Let's go.
But they also knew how to bring all of their magical gifts together when the occasion called for it, providing readers with some awesome mystic adventures in the process. Number 5, New Mutants, spin-off of the X-Men. The first X-Men spin-off, the New Mutants harkened back to the early days of the X-Men in that they were all teenaged mutants. Since the original X-Men had all grown and matured, New Mutants represented a chance to refocus on a more inexperienced team that was learning how to handle their powers and their place in society. Although the series didn't skimp on adventure, it tended to put interpersonal relationships at the forefront to great effect. The series also introduced a little character called Deadpool, who became sorta popular. The original series evolved into X-Force, paving the way for some new Mutants. Whatever the lineup, New Mutants had a freshness and a verve that was hard to resist. Number 4, Young Justice. spin-off of the Justice League and Teen Titans.
Batman needs a team that can operate on the sly.
The 5 of you will be that team.
Cool. In the late 1990s, the aging of the original Teen Titans left a void in the DC universe. There wasn't a teens-only supergroup. So they brought together younger heroes associated with the Justice League, Superboy, Robin, and Impulse as a new team. The gender imbalance was soon corrected with the addition of Wonder Girl, Arrowette, and Secret. Other members were added along the way, and Red Tornado became kind of an adult mentor to the team. Young Justice overflowed with vitality and energy, and the cartoon series based on the premise was a fan favorite for its clever plotting and deft characterizations. And those same qualities were a hallmark of the team in its comic book form as well.
Dude, way to get your feet wet.
Number 3, New Avengers, spin-off of The Avengers. There have been 3 different versions of the New Avengers. The original Avengers had disbanded after the Scarlet Witch precipitated a crisis when she lost control of her powers. A group of heroes including Captain America, Iron Man, Luke Cage, and Spider-Man came together to battle a breakout at a supervillain prison. Recognizing a good thing when they saw it, most of them stayed together as the New Avengers. It was arguably just an excuse to get Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Wolverine all on the same team, but the stories it brought to readers were all well worth overlooking the motivation. At its best, New Avengers was a skillful blend of classic and modern Marvel storytelling. Number 2, X-Force, spin-off of the X-Men and the New Mutants. As previously noted, X-Force grew out of the original New Mutants series. Organized by the time-traveling mutant Cable, X-Force was a mutant team with a very different goal. The X-Men and their many sister teams tended to focus on improving relations between humans and mutants. X-Force was intended to stop evil mutants before they got started. It aggressively hunted down mutant terrorists, so much so that X-Force itself was labeled a terrorist group in its early days. For much of its run, X-Force had a gritty, fairly violent tone, with the group essentially serving as a Black Ops paramilitary team. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Teen Titans, spin-off of the Justice League.
When there's trouble, you know who to call. Teen Titans!
Proof that a team of young sidekicks can kick just as much ass as their adult counterparts. Similar to Young Justice, the Teen Titans have always been a group of hot-headed teens who want nothing more than to prove that they are ready to shed their training wheels and move up to the big leagues. While the team's original incarnation consisted of the child equivalents of the most popular superheroes, including Robin, Wonder Girl, and Aqualad, the roster has since expanded and really taken on an identity of its own, with characters like Beast Boy, Starfire, and Raven becoming staples of the group.
Bazaroth, give me strength!
It doesn't matter that they were designed to appeal to younger readers, because this group's adventures are beloved by fans of all ages. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.